So in this video we go back in time to look at how I got on with doing this, because 2 weeks ago I said blanket weed. I've just noticed last 24 hours when I was making this that I'm getting bits of blanket weed that are just starting to appear. How is your pond doing for blanket weed? You know, before now I've done the trials where I've managed to fit just half a dose in a blanket weed and it's worked quite well instead of doing a full dose and wrecking my filters. So I'm thinking about a quarter dose this time and see if that'll do it. The only thing is, the less you chuck in, obviously the longer you've got to wait for it to do what it's got to do. But you've got to be patient with that stuff. That, you know, the thing with clover leaf is you put it in and you've got to wait for ages for it to actually take effect and then do the business of killing off your blanket weed. And then you get the black stuff that sticks around as well. There's a lot of the organic, the waste stuff that's on the walls of your pond that dies off as well, because it basically kills anything organic in your pond, all your vegetation stuff. And I did put some of this in. I basically looked at getting and doing a quarter dose of this stuff, of the cloverleaf blanket answer. So my theory last year was, if I catch this early enough with the blanket weed growth, can you save a bit of money and put in less? Because it's not a fish treatment, it's not something that you have to do at a certain time of the year, or if something happens, it's basically blanket weed control that comes back every spring. As soon as that sun comes out and all the nitrates in your pond start gathering and your pond starts producing lots of food for the weed growth, then we'll start dealing with blanket weed. So my theory was, can we reduce the amount of money we spend on putting blanket weed treatments into the pond by using less of it? But if you use less of it, does it become ineffective? So I dosed the pond of just a quarter dose 2 weeks ago, just 2.5 weeks now. That's why I've not been around for a little while. I'm doing lots of trials and things, but I want to make sure the results are right before I come back and tell my viewers about it. So the quarter dose of cloverleaf blanket answer has now been in for 2 weeks. So we're going to have a look at that. Also, I had a delivery. What is it? I'll tell you more about this at the end and where it came from. But I had a little delivery that it's going to be really good, because I've been trying to get hold of one of these for a little while now. So we'll go through and I'll tell you all about what this is at the end of the video. So just looking in the filters, yes, it is cracking on and appearing in the filter system now, which is fantastic news. Looking at the pond surface itself, a lot of the pond surface now is looking a lot better. Hardly any weed growth on them. I did have quite a few strands that were coming off the wall surface itself, but like I said earlier, the black stuff hasn't really come back, which is good. Just quickly while we're here looking at pond covers, I've just taken mine off today because the weather's looking quite good today. Even the bear's come out and he's sitting in the sun with me. So the pond covers are still staying on at the moment, and I have no intention of taking them off yet because it still seems to be getting quite cold at night time. So I'm in no rush, to be honest, to get rid of them covers yet. So let's have a look at that little tube thing that I had delivered the other day and see what that is. So what's my little tube thing that I've had delivered? It relates to this. Remember my bowl that I had a little while back? It was me £10, £11, whatever it was. Trying not to pay koi tax on the big blue ones that are 40, 50, 60, 70 quid, whatever they are. Picked myself up one of these bowls, but I've got no measuring thing in it. Oh no, what am I gonna do? Got one of them spare. Look what I got, yay! I have one for the bowl, so we're gonna get it fitted right now. Now this goes up to a size 8, but my bowl only goes up to a size 6, I think it is. Which is plenty for me because my fish aren't that big. I don't think I'm ever going to have a fish more than 70 centimetres. Yay! Look at that! I can now measure fish up to 70 centimetres, which is great for me because there's no way in the world I'll be having any fish more than 70 centimetres. Fantastic! So again, another big thank you. Thank you, sir, for that. Much appreciated. I now have a bowl that I can measure my fish in. Fabulous. Thank you. Right, so here we are on almost week 4 from putting in the quarter dose of cloverleaf blanket answer. Does this cloverleaf blanket answer work? Yes, it does. Full dose? Yes, it does. The only thing with a full dose is it does mess your filters up a little bit, but if you've got to put a full dose in, you've got to put a full dose in. Tried it with half a dose. Again, if you catch it early enough, you can do it with a half a dose. And this time, dealing with a quarter dose. Catching! Even the bear's looking relaxed. Where's the bear? Even the bear's looking relaxed. Aren't you, bear? Looking relaxed, aren't you? Good boy. So, quarter dose. So, yes, it does work full dose. Yes, it does work half dose. And if you catch it early enough, literally, I waited until there was little bits sort of fluffed on the side. I could see some of it been growing in the filter system and bits in the pond. So, caught it early enough. And a quarter dose will do it, so it does save you money if you can catch it early enough and get this done. Oh, and also I was reminded, I went down to see Jack at the butcher's at Great Haywood. Remember Jack I told you about? If you're ever near Great Haywood in Staffordshire, it's in between sort of Rugeley and Stone in Staffordshire, go to a place called Great Haywood. It's right next to the canal. There's a butcher's there, a guy called Jack. Go and say hello to Jack. He'll sort you out with some good meat and sausage and bacon and stuff that they do. And there's also a lovely cafe next door that me and a lady from work, Sue, used to go and have meetings there. Unfortunately, Sue is, well, fortunately for her, Sue's just retired, bless her. And I know she watches these videos, so Sue, gonna miss you, mate. But I won't be far behind you, hopefully. So yeah, bye-bye, Sue. I'll see you at the cafe. We'll go for lunch. We'll do lunch one day. So yeah, so what I do, well, he reminded me, sorry, way off track there. So anyway, back on track. When I put my blanket weed treatment in, I usually just isolate off the filters from the pond, just turn everything off for 15 minutes, half an hour, put the blanket weed treatment in, let it settle on the sides, then kick everything back in again. So it allows it to settle on the sides and do its job. So yeah, Jack, remember, he told me to he reminded me to tell you what I do and what he does as well. Thanks, Jack. And hot off the press, we've got Peng Koi opening this weekend. It was opening for the season, for the Easter bank holiday season. But it's opening Saturday 10 till 5, Sunday 10 till 4, and bank holiday Monday 10 till 1. That's this Easter bank holiday opens for the full season. So that should be nice. Pop over and see, because he's basically saying he hopes to see all the old faces and hopefully some new faces. So if you've not been to Steve's at Peng Koi yet, by all means get yourself down there, have a look, see what he's got. I know he's had some new fish in from Japan that I've probably already been and had a look at, and I might have even chosen a couple. You never know. So yeah, pop on down, see Steve from Peng Koi over the Easter bank holiday. You will love it. And also, a little teaser for a future video is, I've been given a new little box. Kactoily sent me a new box. This is a really small box this time, with a picture of something on front. Boom. Oh, there you go. What the heck was that? So, yeah, Kactoily sent me a new product to test, so I'll be doing this testing and doing some bits and pieces with it. Potentially stick it on the channel. It's not actually, well, it could be to do with the pond, but it could be to do with other things as well. In this little white box, so we'll do a little bit more of that in the future videos. So with blanket weed on its way out and my new measuring bowl sorted, I would call that a result. Thanks very much for watching the video. If you enjoyed the video, please click the like, because that makes all the best, all the algorithms. Please subscribe, like and share to all your friends. Thanks very much for watching. Koi Pond Lifestyle.